Hey YouTube, Mike here. How we doing today? All right, today we're at our local Woodcraft Jacksonville store for their 15th year anniversary. We have the owners here, Jim and his wife Julie, and the manager Billy. And you know I've mentioned their names quite often on the channel because this is my second home away from home. So we're going to be doing some demos. They have some prizes, they have food. Anybody in the Jacksonville area, any of my subscribers, I know I mentioned it, you know, I hope to see is here. And to Jim here, he's actually owns, Jim, you own a second Woodcraft store.
We have one up in Portsmouth, New Hampshire that just celebrated its 20th anniversary.
20 years, so.
Last weekend.
Whoa, so besides them owning the store, they are wood people. Because when I needed to know something, or if I needed to buy something, I'd come in and pick their brains. And they're the type of store that when you come in for something, you purchase that, they don't push it. And that's what I love, and that's what I know my subscribers love. So here's the 15 years here in Jacksonville, and another 30 coming up. All righty?
Great.
Thank you very much,
Thanks,
and thank
Mike.
you very much for your service.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All righty, let's get on with the show. All right, we're back. Okay, this is a giveaway from Woodcraft. Woodcraft mug, a Wood River glue set, pencil, and a High Point. What do we got here? 37-in-1. Oh, screwdriver, and I dropped it. Okay. When this video is published, leave a comment, just like on my subscriber numbers, and we'll pick a name out of a hat, and we'll send this to you. So this is a giveaway from Woodcraft for their 15th year anniversary for Mike's Wood Shop channel. All right, we're back. Well, we brought the downdraft box. We had to steal the hose to use it on the chop saw for a demo, but this was showing as a demo how it goes onto the MFT3 table. And then I brought, you guys have not seen this, but I'll actually feature it. This is one of my slot car boxes. Actually, it was my own box. Please don't mind the different color drawers in it. It was an add-on when I was racing, but this was my box that I built. Actually, I built tons of them, but that's it. It's just something to show. Alrighty, we'll be back in a little while. All right, guys, we're back. This is actually, I just met Steve, a worker here at Woodcraft, but let's look at these. Look at these things that he makes. Flowers out of wood, cut on the bandsaw, and then glued together. Look at that. Let's get into focus here. Unbelievable. I thought they were manufactured kind of out of plastic, but it's wood. What kind of wood is it, Steve?
This is walnut.
Walnut. Look how thin that is. And then the bowl he turned. And this bowl is made out of?
Mesquite.
Oh my God. Look at this. And you can't feel it, but it's, like I always say, it's a baby's bottom. Steve, beautiful work.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. There's even a recess, like a pulley, on this rim. You see it? Look at that. Turners, man. Unbelievable. Steve, thank you very much for sharing.
No problem. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. This one here is designed for that saw right there. Hang on a second. Let me just. This MFT table is designed for the Capex saw. It's designed on the bottom of the Capex saw. There's small little divots that fit into these holes. Then you can clamp it, and then the wings will come off this. It's lower than that table, more comfortable. So it's a little bit smaller. But where do they have the rolling cart. Okay, they don't have one on display, but this cart right here, the Cicero, is going to be the, oh, here it is. So it's this cart here with a top that's an MFT table, then some SYS drawers. It's got a little bit different configuration on the handle, and then they're going to make a wing, and they actually will make wings that, so you can actually turn this into a very large table by sliding rails through here. So you just slide it in.
So it's like a mobile.
It's mobile
project.
But
table.
you'll have the stability of an MFT table, but the capability of rolling it around. And you can go online and look at it. It's their mobile workstation, and it's going to be released in April. I think it's about the basic thing is about $560, and then you get the add-ons. But you're getting a lot more. It's and mobility, because that's what you need, is the mobility. I don't own this table. It just didn't pay for me to get one. For one, if I'm going to use it to assemble, eventually, you know, our backs, they're not going to be good. Now these are locked in.
Obviously, with what
Now you can have 8 feet, 6 feet. Okay, and now now this makes this stable. Now you have the capability of clamping here and here. You can clamp 2 ways. See, now this is the sacrificial. Remember you get those 2 little tips? So that's your sacrificial.
So you can use even this.
But here is, you know, and then of course, and then all you need to do is push this a little bit more, okay? And you would have this already set up, and you just drill holes, and now you put screws in here, countersink, and now you have now you have whatever size workbench you want.
The right way, yeah.
And then again, these are not 20 millimeters, these are 3/4 doors. Now, see here, you can add another one over here with the key. The only bad thing is, when you hold it, watch your fingers.
Yeah, I saw those too.
And it's just a little cumbersome. You know, I'm going to make something where I can slide it into here as a handle. I'm just going to take a handle with 1/4 inch. So I can slide this in and make a handle.
have some steaks. You
You know what? I was looking into that issue, and there was this guy.
Yeah, you should.
Find whoever that
He bought one of those pinches. He just put it, it's a 3/4, just put it in there.
Oh, you want the whole thing?
So you cover on the other side.
Because you're limited, you want to cover
This is the other end. So you just go from here, you put the pin on the other side, it will lock, and it will not open.
Yeah, that's a key holder for a roll cage for excavating.
Yeah, and this is huge.
So you can get it at Tractor Supply.
Truck, yeah.
Yeah,
That's the name of the place?
Tractor Supply. It's a 3/4
By 6.5.
Yeah, 3/4 cage. And it has a retaining bolt in it that prevents it from pulling out. That's what that spring is.
Yeah,
The
so
Tractor Supply will sell it. Home Depot and Lowe's will only have probably like a 1/4 inch. But you need it 3/4.
Yeah.
That's a 3/4 inch store.
Tractor Supply and what do you call this thing?
It's a cage, roll cage.
Corded or cordless? Both ways. Angle. You got to stop that you can go all the way up to 60 in either direction. And now you've got stops that'll cut your angle. And then the nice thing, so this is made for like framing. This is really intended as. So you make your cut, and then the rail pops back on its own.
Is it spring-loaded?
Well, there's actually a shock cord in there, but it stays attached. So you just make your cut, and you stay there. Blade guard like a normal circular saw, except instead of reaching over, if your hand is right there, that is the button that flips that up out of the way, so you don't have to like reach over. You got both hands where they're supposed to be. You can use it as a plunge saw. If you can release the it's right there. You can release it and use it as a plunge saw. It's not really intended to be done that way, but you can. Yeah. This green thing right here is your depth adjustment.
Okay.
There we go. So that's how you adjust your depth, and you've got a scale in there that tells you what depth you're cutting at. This will also run on Festool's standard guide rails too. So if you need to use it to cut like plywood or whatever, you pull it off of there, and then it has the slot here that will run on the standard guide rail also.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Put this back on, just slide in like that. These are also available in 3 lengths. This is the middle length. There's a shorter one and a longer one also. So if you're just doing like 2x4s.
Okay, so this is how you're gonna go, right? And then you would
yeah, I'm gonna go this way.
Okay, so then you would then do it this way. You would take the dogs out, and put the dogs right here. Put your board up against these dogs. Clamp it. Well, actually, make sure. Always make it. If you're using this, you see how it rides.
Yeah.
You gotta just get this in, so it goes all the way in. It does ride out when you push this clamp down. So now you're clamped in, and now you get your board, you get your thing right there, and then run your circular saw right down this here is what's taking the place of the track on the runner on the bottom of the 55 of a Festool saw.
Yeah, hopefully it will fit my circular saw. Okay, so yeah. So see, none of this stuff I'm able to do on the workbench that I have. So
yeah, you can't clamp it.
Correct.
You can't clamp it down. Unless you drilled holes in your workbench.
Oh yeah,
because these are 3/4 holes.
Yeah,
that's 20 millimeter. These are 3/4. There's a difference. Those holes are 20 millimeter holes. Here, look. So when you there's a slight difference.
I mean, you work in standard or you work in metric?
I work both. I have to.
You need to?
I have to because I have 2 of these tables. I have 2 of these tables. I have that table. I have the DeWalt table, and I have. Where is that orange table? Okay. See the armor? I took that table and put.
As a template?
Well, no, I actually took a top and put legs on it out of walnut and dominoed it in and put a vise on it, and that fits on top of my MFT, because when I'm doing dovetailing or any type of draw work, it's killing me. So I gotta have it higher. That's how I gotta do it.
Cool.
So, and it fits on top of my MFT table. So I'm working this high, and I clamp it so that the end of that is over.
That's one of the best bang for your buck.
Exactly. I mean, it is sawhorse. I mean, I can just later on bite this one.
Hey, how are you?
All right, man.
Use this as a table. Have you seen the setup of this thing?
I've seen a video of it.
Yeah.
I actually do
You can do clamping here. You can. What?
I have a review on this.
Oh, you do?
And I mean, if you notice, there is only a very slight deviation in this, but I'm really pushing on it.
Yeah, supposedly this holds like 350 pounds or something like that, and 1,000 pounds as a sawhorse.
To you, for doing what you want to do, this would work perfectly with the AccuCut. And of course, have you bought this yet and tested it on your saw?
No, I haven't tried it yet. I just got it.
I mean, it's pretty universal. It's supposed to like I said, I've never used it.
Yeah,
but-
it's simple. I mean, if it doesn't work, then I'll return it. That's. The thing is that if they have a 50% discount here on this one, I'll just rather have this one and then I'll return the other one.
I mean, it says,
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to hold it.
yeah, it says it'll hold. What circular saw do you have?
Those craftsmen.
Lowe's?
I think
Or Craftsman? Oh, Craftsman's a popular saw.
I know.
It's older. It's older though.
Yeah.
If it's older. Is it an older one?
Well, the reference of old
Because I knew they stopped making.
depends on
Craftsman stopped
whom you
making-
ask.
Yeah.
Maybe all for you is like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
For me, all is like 20 years ago.
Well, I think there was a. What I'm saying is there was a time period where the Craftsman stopped making.
Yeah, they stopped making them in America, and they started importing them from, from China. Because it was Sears, and then there was Craftsman. You bought Craftsman, you bought a made in USA tool. Now, who knows? Even like the sockets, everything, toolboxes.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're
your
really,
point is that maybe it doesn't fit this.
it might not, depending on the age. So it might not fit it. I mean, it says universal saw sled on all aluminum.
I mean, it's a
construction.
It's a 7 1/4 one. I mean,
Well, it's universal saw sled.
I don't see why it
two
wouldn't.
I mean,
aluminum track.
I have maybe a picture somewhere around here. Yeah, here's maybe I can see it.
Yeah, I think I had that same one. You got the laser guy.
Yeah.
I got the same one. Yep. That's that. What I meant by older is like the new ones are like all red.
I don't think you should have a problem at all. I mean, because you got there's it looks like there's these pins that you move on the plate,
sure.
and then you close the pin down, and it locks it onto the sled.
Yeah, the secret is to really be able to do all that stuff right. And once you have done that thing, it's supposed to really make good cuts.
And I guess these are, I guess you put them together. It's
Yeah,
the
to
same
extend it.
as the rod extensions for the festival
What I
rail.
like about this one is that I still have the 24-inch.
and
I don't
you
need
can do
more
it up
than
to
that.
48.
Yeah.
You could do it up to 48 inch,
Yeah.
and then the piece on the end here is what gives you the square end, and it has very similar rubber that holds it down.
Yeah,
to the
actually,
wood.
and then you actually can buy the extra large, the XL, and replace them on one of this, and you can even make it 100.
Later, man.
Yeah, no. It depends on what your budget is. You said you love the wood, you love the smell,
Yeah.
you want to keep doing it. I mean, that's, if the budget allows, the MFT3 with the 55 is what? Because you'll cross cut. I mean, this cut right here,
I hear you can pretty much do. You can have if you have just that, you can do pretty much everything.
yeah.
Yeah, but just that is like $1,000.
How much are you gonna spend on that?
Well,
No, this is like 160 or 200
Yeah.
or something like that.
No,
That's it.
granted, this is the cheapest. But if you're gonna keep, all right, and you're only gonna make 4 record boxes,
Correct,
maybe
and
5.
then maybe I'll just put this aside, and maybe, who knows, then my next project, then I'll come back and
And this
that I
and
have
this-
to pretty much.
And it's
what's
not
good
like
about
you're
this
gonna
is
throw
you
this
can
away.
use the software
Yeah.
later on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I use this. I use the DeWalt table as you see in the video. I use the DeWalt sawhorses when I rip down the stuff. Then I have 2 MFT cables connected to each other with the 3 on the top. So I have the guard.
Like in my, say my advantage right now is that I don't own a sawhorse yet. So instead of
I
going
own
buying,
like 6 really cheap ones.
so
Those
instead
little
of
black ones.
correct, so instead of me going and get one of that and then one of those and one, get one sawhorse that you can do more stuff in there. You understand the point?
So
without being.
I have enough sawhorses I could have bought one of these probably.
You're looking to buy these 2 together.
Make sure you sign up for the
Yeah.
prize.
Okay, so now you have sawhorses.
Yeah, if I get that one, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
All you gotta
and I
do
could
is-
take it now, or I could take it
All you
later.
do is you get your 2 2x4s for your sacrificial pieces, and now you got, of course they're 1.5 inches higher,
Yeah.
but now you have 2 sawhorses. Slide this off because it comes with those right there. You slide this off, and now you could take this and make it an 8 foot, and then just put your piece of plywood right through here.
Yeah, and actually, the only thing I don't know if I should eventually get 2 of this, so you have this part on the other end, or just get 1 of this and you have this on this end. But this is nice when you have the entire work table, you have this extra.
Then you realize that you could take that TS55 saw with the 54, the 50 that comes with it, and then you don't need this. Just use the Festool saw to cut, and you're doing the same thing but more accurate. And then eventually,
one of those days,
buy that TS55, and it comes with a track. It comes with a 54.
But that's
track.
like a $500.
Well, it's more than that. It's $800 and something. But it's a saw that's going to last you forever.
I know.
And do everything that you want. And then eventually, when you buy the MFT,
until they change the plug on it.
Yeah, well,
or they move
yeah,
to
no, the plug
standard
will always be,
measurement.
now they ain't gonna change the plug from my saw.
He's just kidding.
My saw is 17 years old, so I have a different plug on mine.
but his point is like, we get all these tools from whatever brand with everything, and suddenly they come up with a new one, and then everything you have is worth shit, you know?
Just like the battery powered stuff.
Yeah,
like,
that's
and then all of a sudden it's obsolete.
Do you not have one?
But actually,
okay.
I may really go with this. I mean, it's for what I need to do now, and it will hold me for the
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah.
Here's about the only thing I can afford from Festool right here.
Oh yeah.
$90 for that case.
Well, I mean, don't worry, I can't afford you this either. But you know, I'll let it for Visa and Mastercard to work it out.
Any three-quarter door will fit in here.
Yeah.
Now, this comes with, you get 4 of them, and you get 2 keyways. So if you want to make the tables bigger this way, so you have those keyways, clamps and everything.
Show me, because I've seen photos where they have regular clamps in here, not the correct ones, but I don't know how. Let me see if I can bring
Armor tools.
the what?
Armor tools.
No,
Yeah, the armor will fit.
No, the like
Dovetail.
Bessie ones or those type of clamps. Let me see if I can find it
Well,
here.
here, you could use these.
Not yet. Not yet. I'll take pictures.
All right.
Buy both of them, you get 2 clamps.
That's what they say? Ah, well, one with each, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Oh, on this one too. Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, I don't know if I should. I really, for what I need to do right now, I really don't need the second one. But what is cool about it is that if I need the second one, I can port another of this with this one.
Here.
And it still works like all horses. I mean, it's really...
You can actually, let's see.
Let me show you
See,
which
you
one.
got to use. See, the Festool ones won't work.
No, Festool,
because of
no.
the thick piece on the bottom.
Yeah, but I've seen them with others.
Yeah, it's Betsy, and they don't have it.
They don't have. I mean, if
They don't have
Betsy
one here.
Then
But it works the same way. But with here, let's look at the armor one.
I have pictures of so many things that I want that I can't. Oh, shit.
Sucks.
Yeah, every other.
As long as it's a 3/4
It
inch,
should work.
as long as it's a 3/4 inch door,
Oh, that's beautiful.
it'll work.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, this. Yeah, I think it's worth it.
See, now they make what I just did there.
By the way, don't.
Yeah, they make one.
Yeah.
See, they make this, but if you look at the quality of this,
Yeah, no, the reason why they make this one is it's a low profile. So once you put this thing in here, in theory, and you have a higher thing, you're supposed to be able to go.
Yeah, but you're looking at something that looks like an inch. Yeah, you're looking at about an inch and a quarter difference.
Is this that low profile they have?
Well, no, this is just for surface. So if this is for something that you're going to be using to go on the edge, you're not going to get, like the Festool clamps are less than 3/4. So when you put that down, it's below a piece of 3/4 when you're sanding.
Yeah.
So you would use this to sand or to cut. So this would make it now perfectly square for you. I mean, this would do the same thing.
Yeah, it's only that this.
Yeah, it's just that's got a lot more clamping force, and of course, made to last forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it'll work too. So armor will work here or with Craig. Betsy, anything with the 3/4 inch
Those
door.
are the ones that let me see if I can find that stuff, because it's really cool that you're able to use other clumps besides the Craig boards. Maybe for gluing or something like that.
How you doing?
So Mike, you show a video every once, how often are you getting?
Every week.
Every week?
Every week there's a video. Every Saturday or Sunday. I put something up, depending on how many requests I get.
Yeah, or something.
Because you have my email. You go on my site, you subscribe, you get my email.
I will.
You email me, I answer you.
Where do you have your shop?
My plumbing shop is in the city of St. Augustine.
It's plumbing?
I have a plumbing business. I'm a plumber by trade. I'm not a woodworker. This is a
Wow,
hobby.
those are two really...
My grandfather was a spiral staircase maker, and I loved watching him. And for 40, I'm 55. So
I'm almost there too.
50, I was 5, 6 years old, hanging out in his shop. I lived above the plumbing shop, and I loved to go with my grandfather. He would pay me to sweep and sort nails and screws, and then I just fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And then I
It's
never
like my
looked back.
son. My son loved everything that my father did. Hates everything I do, but loves his grandpa.
Yeah. I followed my father, but my passion was woodworking.
Got it.
So, and I do a lot of reviews, a lot of tool reviews. And
So you get tools also from companies
I
or
get
something?
nothing. I buy everything.
How many videos, how many subscribers you need for them to notice?
Nothing. I will, even if I have 1 million subscribers, I will
You
never,
wouldn't do it?
I will never take anything. Because then
Not
why
even
would
to
you
try
buy?
them and give them a...
Why would you buy? I didn't. If I wanted this ruler, I bought it. I use it, and I use it for a month. Some of my stuff I use in my plumbing business. So a lot of my tools, like I have a cordless compressor, 60-volt max inlet. I use it in my plumbing truck. I bought one for my shop. I have it for a year. It's phenomenal. But I use it for a month and then tell you. And if it's no good, I don't tell you. I don't waste your time. If it's no, and I pretty much know. I've been tools forever, so I know it's good. So after the month is up, I'll tell you how long the battery lasted, how long the blade lasted, was there any deflection, how well. And I don't do the plumbing. You know, the plumbing I keep separate unless someone asks me, hey, how's your you own this hammer drill and how good is it? And then I'll review it, or I'll tell them.
And where's your site?
My site is, here, I'll give it to you.
Oh shit, when I need a picture, I'm not able to.
That's fine. Thank you.
That's my site.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, do a video
The thing
every
is,
week.
I've been looking into this for such a long time that I don't know how many months back, pictures about this. I should have a way of organizing this better.
Mike, have you ever done a video on the Domino?
Oh yes.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
I've seen it.
There's
How long ago? That might be a problem. I ain't went back far. A couple years.
No, I'm only on a year and a half.
Really? I thought it was
That's
longer
it.
than that.
No, I'm on a year and a half. That's it. That's it.
Actually, not bad, man. A year and a half and you're over.
I got 63
Mike's plays.
6,300 subscribers.
Did you do a demonstration also?
Yes. I dominoed in building. I demonstrated both dominoes. I call the big one Domzilla. Hang on, let me just.
Who's going to do?
Oh, we are on. Hi guys. Yes, I would say
that.
about 30 videos back, I did a demonstration on the Domino XL. I also did a demonstration on the Domino Connect system. So the for the Domino and the Domino XL. Then I did a demonstration on the new Connect system that they have, where you can actually now do like cross pieces.
Right.
It's a new type of Connect system. So I did a full demonstration with where you drill a hole. It's the IKEA. It's like the IKEA things on steroids, where you put the keyhole in, you tighten it down.
Got one over there.
Yeah, but you use it on the regular Domino instead of the Domino XL, because the XL is the bigger Connect system for like if you're going to do a bed, or I did it with the gaming tables I made for the legs. Strong. I mean, I did a demonstration. I built it. When I was done, I said, let me see something. I took two 2x4s, I put them, and I rolled. I have a Tundra. Oh, right there, that truck out there, my Tundra. I rolled it over, and the piece of wood broke, not the joint. And it was a connect, domino. And you don't glue the domino. You're just using it for stability, because you need to unscrew it, and that you unscrew with an Allen. That's why I love this guy.
There's a guy on here that looks just like you.
What's that?
There's a guy on here that looks just like you. He looks better though.
There's a guy over there too that looks just like, here, that's me. Here, this is the Connect system. This is the new system. So basically, you see here, this system here, and you got a, but you're watching on the video. Right. So basically, what you're doing is here, you're actually you domino, and then you slide it into the domino, and then you would put this in your drill and drill down, and it's got a very nice bushing. So it's not a bearing, but it's a good bushing. So now you're drilling down, and as you can see, it's depth stop, so you don't have to guess. And this, of course, will fit in any drill. You don't need the festool drill. This will fit in any drill. Then you
fits into the domino slot.
Yep, this is after you domino. This will fit into the. Let's just say we're dominoed here. So this will fit into the domino slot. Vacuum. So now your dust gets sucked out, because what's happening is that you're going to use a series, depending on the where you're going to put it, you're going to use a series of these pieces. You see here, you got, and everything has these different slots in them. Okay? And these fit in, as you can see the different configuration? So you're going to domino, you're going to put this in, and this will accept. This will go through here with this piece, and then here they are, your grub screws, tighten it down, and now that's your base of let's just say it's a display case. Your base of the display case, you can do both sides, because you can do.
Let's see that mic just so you can take it.
Take it apart. Strong. Woo! Strong as heck. Okay, now you can do a little easier if your hands are empty.
Any blade belts I have
Grab it wrong, sorry.
over there, I'll be there in a minute to see if you're
You can do both sides. You see, it's a through joint. So this is a center post, and you can do both sides. And let's see.
Plus, so you can hit like a T.
Yep.
Now, is this strictly for taking, if you want to take it
Take it
apart?
apart. But it's you can use it permanent. You can use it as permanent.
I've done woodworking all my life. I haven't done a lot of cabinets, kitchen cabinets. I'm getting requests for that. Wet bars, so I can't. This is the joinery.
Yes. This would be something that you're going to, because you see here, you have all, just one thing, nobody would mind, I'm videoing for my channel.
Go for it.
Everybody, okay. As you can see, there's caps that you get that will go over this hole. So once you've drilled it now, and you can, they give you a multiple, of course you can buy extra, you can buy boxes of these. So you can do different configurations, and if you go on my channel, you will actually see I do a whole series. And you get the Allen key, everything, to lock this down. You can even, they even give you, you see here, this actually screws into the wood. So it's not a thread. See the two difference here? It'll screw into the wood, opposed to this. Mix up the stuff on them. See, this is how you can get both sides. And then your piece, then this here goes through here. So that will go through. Then your grub screw.
This is all festive.
It's all festive. So this grub screw will go in, and then as you tighten that down, that grabs it, and it actually is designed to pull the joint in together. That's what it's designed to do, depending on what joint that you... Now, if you're going to use this as joinery, you see here in the middle, you have a domino connect, and a domino. That's what this is. You will just use the domino with no glue. You will push it into your first joint. You have your pieces. Then you draw your two halves together. You know, this is all this is doing is giving you strength in the middle, guiding it in. Then you lock the two grub screws right here down, and now you have a perfect joint. No glue, is strong, but you can take it apart.
So are you using the tight domino slot?
Yep. Well, you're using the okay, the 36 millimeter, 8 by 36. So it's 8 by 36. You're going to use for the slot, the domino, everything.
So, but the setting for the wider, you're using a narrow one?
No, you're going to use the standard. No. The first setting. You don't want it wide. You want it perfect to get it, because when this is all expanding in the hole. This is all expanding in this hole. This fits into the domino hole. You see, it fits into the domino hole. That's what you want.
So that's probably already loose in the domino hole, and it expands to tighten up.
Yep, they give you just follow. It's so simple. It's amazing how simple it is. And of course everything's in metric. Right. You just gotta this setting with the screw. Once you get it in the domino hole, all right. Oh, also the clamps. I'm sorry. The clamps are designed to clamp down on this. Okay, so this will hold it in the hole by clamping down on this like that. So that's now designed. It's in the domino. You clamp down, and then you put this into whatever. Oh, I never use my teeth. You clamp that down, and then you drill your hole. It goes right into the domino hole, because now you have the hole through the piece that's going in the domino. Pull it out, vacuum, and it vacuums out perfectly. Pull it out, and now your grub screw. Now you get your grub screw through, you lock it. Hey Billy, doesn't this come with an Allen wrench?
Yeah.
Okay, so it does come with the Allen wrench specifically for stop. You're around 36 minutes. It doesn't matter. You want to be pretty precise with this one here,
it goes
because
into a
of
pocket.
this piece has to be able to go in, but it doesn't matter if it's in a little deeper, because this is only going to go into the depth of that, because this is designed to be set for that. Put this on, you turn the machine on, turns the vacuum on, you have it on that setting, and you zip it in. Then you do your other end. Now, these pieces here on the end, because you want to be so precise, you have these pins here.
Just got here, I think. Yeah.
And that pin rests up against the end of the wood. So when you do it there, You do it there.
Is there anything in
Then you do
particular
your
have
middles
questions about,
by
or just
looking into
reference
this
it?
window, which are marked, because you're going to take your second piece, and when you do that second piece, you're actually now going to put it this way and do it long ways and mark it. And then once you turn it, it'll meet up perfectly. Of course, then you've got to use this to make your holes here and here. And that's all done in here.
So I can stay with
So you drill in something like that piece there, and that's the only piece you're drilling into?
You drill in one half of the joint.
Yeah, it doesn't work like the rest.
You only
Then
drill
when you
one
take
side.
this out,
And which one
that's
depends on
the
how you're putting
actual
these together.
piece.
I'll show you.
So what this does is it spins and then it goes in, but it also goes this way a little, because as you see here, that's not. So when you have this thing, this bit's set and the amount of distance it goes, and then the depth, and it doesn't matter what up and down, that's for any bit. And then this thing will go spin anything in the room. So when you just push it in, then this makes it wobble more and more. Because when you're facing boards, like what he would use for, see, this is something that you would use for your, excuse me, this is what you would use for your, if you want to make these boards.
Okay, so
You would
they make a
go on the end one, the other end
as simple
one,
as this.
then in the ones in the middle, you would go like the middle set.
This one I like,
because it would
but I
give a
only like
little
to use
bit
this one
more
if I'm doing hair type stuff.
wiggle room to put
Because
it
it's so
together.
small,
But
it's
once
really
the
great.
glue
You can
hits
squeeze it
this,
like into a corner under a table,
depending
drill a
if
hole,
it's
put an
the
extra screw in
beach,
you got something wobbling
it
in
expands like a
under a chair or
balloon.
whatever.
And
Actually
makes it
doing
a joint and a half.
so you're going to be building stuff with it.
No.
You at least want to be
No,
near
you
it.
just
Um,
put the glue
if you're gonna
inside.
do a
They
bunch
make
of it, they
special
actually make a
little
machine, which is
dabbas
over
that
there
dab
or
the
something.
inside. You put this in, I
It
use a
doesn't
rubber
optimize it.
mallet, but see it's got
But you at
ridges
least want to
on
be at
the
this
end.
size jig.
And you
One of
beat
the
it in,
things.
and once the wood, and even with that little extra space,
So basically what happens is you get a step drill
this
bit,
setting,
Space this way.
yeah, and basically it gives
so
you a
drill
little
that
bit
step hole,
of movement so
and
you can line up the board,
a washer head screw
then
that
clamp
sits
it.
in that
and
stem.
that's all your joint you need.
Pulls everything really
Is
tight.
this thing. And
A
then
couple of
to change
adjustments you have to make to
this,
make sure you're drilling.
you actually have
That stop collar has to be in the right
you have
place.
a button.
That's based on
Turn this
material.
until it hits, and then it comes
On
with
this
a wrench.
particular jig,
And
the
each-
guide for that is
each,
built into the base of the jig right here.
Bit has a hex on it, and you just unscrew it, and then take your other bit, and all you
So
do
what
is
you
hand
do is
tighten
you
it
put
in,
it like
because it
that.
tightens itself on.
And the
then
shoulder
take this,
should line up with the thickest material you're using.
put this in here.
Okay? That's where people
lock
mess
it in and
themselves
that's
up. They
it.
put the end of the bit.
Dust
wrong.
extraction is
The
100%.
shoulder lines up with the end
And
of
everything
the
that you
material.
do with
The
this
stop goes
system.
up against that.
So if you go up like this,
So that sets
you
this.
have a window
Okay? Then
that you
need to
align
this jig
your mark.
as an adjustable
It's just
jig.
that when you go like, when you're going
the height of
down,
the guide block,
you
which is
would
what
need
actually
to
guides
have a
you.
straight edge here that will mark it. So just say that's your straight edge, and then you just
It's
plunge
scaled
it,
on the
plunge
side.
it, plunge
There's
it,
a little
plunge
hole in
it,
the back
plunge
that
it.
corresponds to each one of those.
With a system
brass.
the other way, you can just take
That's gonna be
this,
the same thickness as.
Your material.
lock your piece of wood
So you're going
here.
to set that.
You have your tick
Put
marks on
whatever
the top.
thickness right at the top
Then
of
you
this
just
thing,
put it,
right here.
plunge,
Okay.
plunge.
Screw that in like that. Now that's locked. So now
Yeah, well, the windows,
drill bit is set.
yeah, the
guide block is
windows
set.
for
We're good.
the center,
So
this door, this little pin here, and that little pin here. Because those are reference pins for you to reference this piece of wood off of this right here. So if you reference this and this, then this piece and that piece, you put those two together, it's
You would drill your
perfect.
pocket holes in
Because
this
of these
piece.
reference pins.
Does that make sense?
Going that window.
Going right.
The
So-
center window.
Because
Because if you're gonna
so we're
put-
going to drill our pocket hole in this space, because that's going to be the inside where you will see. You could also, if it's a cabinet you're going to be
Yep.
seeing into, and it's back, you can put the
I mean, is there a
back
difference,
side.
the biscuit
You know,
between
while you're
the,
seeing
So
it.
if you got it
Like
up,
called Domino?
double flat surface,
Like,
you can do it like
it's
that.
like driving a Bugatti.
It's got plenty of
When you're driving a Cadillac, that's a
so
Bugatti.
biscuits are not really, I mean, they're just
They
a lot for
expand-
alignment.
They expand it good, but the
haven't used this yet,
thickness
but I'll
and
do
the
this.
difference
Tallahassee, which is
in
125.
the the way it expands, it's much, it goes
So
deeper.
on here, you've got 3 different
Biscuit
holes.
is wide.
I tend to use
very
the middle
thin.
cover.
Yeah.
And I've used them for years. They work very good. But once I bought this system, I had 3 biscuit machines I
So
sold.
this is what Domino is?
Domino.
Domino.
It looks like a
The only time
domino,
that's gonna
right?
matter
Yeah,
is
yeah.
if
Right? All you need is a little dot on it. You got yourself a domino. But it's, you know, it's an investment.
Yeah. Now every time you glue, no matter what, you use those.
Mostly every time that I put something together, like a cabinet or a display case, I will either, what Billy's doing right now, pocket hole,
Now, I'm actually going to use
This is the demo, the pocket hole?
that's the pocket hole demo, which I'm gonna actually,
attachment that just snaps on this back side back here. Because it will help your bit last longer. So,
yep, that's what he's doing right now.
so I'm just going to drill that hole. So that's what you end up with. Okay, and that goes in at the correct angle to optimize depth that it can go in and to optimize your strength. Because if you go in at the wrong angle, you're going to not get as much thread engagement. All that
That's
stuff.
another one.
So I'm going to put, you know, one more in here just because this is a little piece. You're going to just space those
The new one has the wing.
periodically down the thing. So we've got 2 holes, and we decided we wanted to do that, right? So to answer your question from earlier, you want to hold this as stable as possible, right? That pin goes in that pocket hole, like that, and if it's adjusted right, the new ones actually adjust themselves. This is an older clamp. We just have to swap it out.
Yeah, they still don't have the 90-degree adjustable.
This is easier with bigger pieces, believe it or not. So that holds that in orientation like that, is what that clamp is for. So then what I would do, and what I'm going to do, is switch out to this. Their screws are all square drive, which is what all screws should be. Whoever makes screws currently that are flat should be shot to the moon. So you want to hold these down, obviously. You don't want these pieces to move. So I would just drive that screw. Now I would normally also glue this joint. Turn my torque up a little bit. Glue this joint, but because this is just a demo, I'm not going to. So then you would pull that out of the way. Drive that in on that side. There you go. Simple corner. Relatively strong. I would glue it, like I said.
Yeah.
The advantage is not only are the screws adding structural rigidity to that, but they're acting as clamps. Put the glue in there, drive the screws hold it together until the glue dries. I don't have to wait for clamping time and all that where I can't do anything. You're done. So that's kind of the simple
What materials? Any materials?
anything. You just, so screw choice is based on material. Okay. They make 2 different types of screws, this being the coarse thread. So that's for plywood, actually any sheet goods, and then softwood, so pine. I even say consider poplar to be soft. You can really get away with either screws in poplar, but I use the coarse threads usually. Then if you're doing anything in hardwood, cherry, maple, mahogany, any of the exotic stuff, whatever, they make a fine threaded screw that's better for the hardwood. And then the length of the screw is determined by the material thickness. Most of the time you're going to be using 3/4 stock, which is what this is, so you're going to use an 1 1/4 long screw. Whenever you buy a Craig jig, there's a chart of some description that comes with it that tells you all of that information. We have them back there. There's even a little wheel that you can tell it 2 different thicknesses and it'll tell you the setting. Generally, 1 1/4 long, coarse thread is what most of you're going to use because you're using plywood and like poplar and stuff for face. It sort of adjusts itself for thickness and sort of doesn't. It's easier to adjust than this. This one, if I change stock thickness, I have to screw this in and out to get the clamping tension. The K4 is like this, but this clamping handle is over here, which is a stupid place to put it because If this is this tall, I now have to reach all the way over here to be able to get to that handle. So on the K5, they moved it back to the side you're standing.
Got it. They learned from their mistake.
Yes, they did. In defense of them, they did learn from their mistake.
Selling the K3s?
No, the K3s are not available anymore. The only things that now are available are the 4s and the 5s. The 5s are fine. The 5s work just like this. The handle's over here. This mechanism is just a little bit different. It is easier to adjust than this. It's not self-adjusting like some people say it is. It requires a little bit of effort on your part. Does that all make sense?
How long do those bits last? I mean, you can't sharpen them, can you?
You can have them resharpened. Well, if you're able to sharpen drill bits, you can have these resharpened. Our sharpening service can also sharpen them for you.
You have it service it?
Yeah, they pick up from us every other Tuesday.
And they can sharpen those?
Yeah, they sharpen ours for them. And they last forever. Yeah, I mean, we a year or two here, and I mean, we're drilling a lot of holes.
So if you use 3/4 inch stock all the time, you really just need one drill bit and one set of screws?
Yeah, really you only need one drill bit anyway, because if you change stock, you can just move the stock. But yes, and one set of screws.
The only different drill bit is for the foreman.
Yeah, the foreman uses a
machine
different type of
bit.
yeah,
So you just, when you get over there to buy a bit, you just have to look. Because
and actually, the foreman bit will work for this
Yes.
too. Because the foreman bit has the hex on the back to click into the inside of the machine, where the standard bits don't. But you can put this bit in a standard chuck, you just can't put this into the foreman.
Yes, that's the difference.
So this is one case. Let me actually, instead of just re-drilling things, the other way you could do that so I don't scratch myself. Take this apart, since I didn't glue it. The other way you could do this is this will actually join pieces like this too.
That's you. There's not Mike's switch up on it.
No, just my name. Just my name.
But you can use the same holes drilled the same way. Now that one slipped a little bit. Normally I would clamp those down to the table just to keep it from moving. But you can do that also. So say you need to make a big top or something, you need to join pieces together. You know, I've helped recently, like I said, that one slipped a little bit. But, it slipped. It just slipped a little bit. That's all. But so that works also. Where a lot of people use pocket hole screws would be for face frames. Pocket hole screw your face frame pieces together, because then that's going to go against the cabinet and you're never going to see it anyway. That is where, on this guide block, notice there's two holes kind of spaced apart and two really close together. Depending on the width of your stock, see, I could use the wider spaced ones. This is 2 inch thick, 2 inch wide. If this was 1.5 inches, I would want to use those two skinny ones. The reason you want to use two is if I only put one in there, this can twist.
All right, I'll see you later.
If I put two in, it will stay.
You going? All right, brother.
Hey, man.
Be safe.
Thank you.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
All right. Hey, I'm out of here.
Thanks for stopping by, man.
Thank you.
Take care.
Y'all have fun.
So I will drill a couple of holes in this one. And on the top here, there's lines that show you the center line.
So you
can kind of just position it. And see, I messed with that, so now I got to readjust it.
Yeah, that's fine.
And see, I didn't put the dust collection on that time.
A multitude of them.
Stuff builds up in there. If you let that build up in there too long, it'll dull your bit faster because it makes it get hot. So.
Does the dust collection system attachment come with the 5?
Yeah, if you buy any of the kits that, like this kit,
Put
it
it in
comes
the
with
corner.
the
I just want to return this back to the.
I know it comes with the master system. You just said it over there. With the K5 master system, I'd have to look and see if it comes with just the K5. I think it does, but I'm not positive. I'll have to let you know. What was it? So they also, I'm doing this on the Festool table, so I'm going to use the Festool clamp. If you're using the Craig table over there to do this, that clamp he was showing you guys over there, the one that's on that table right there, is basically made to do exactly what I just did right there. This clamp right here is actually made to pretty much do exactly what I just did right there. You put your piece under there and clamp it and you're all set.
These are on the sale too.
Honestly, this one, yeah. Honestly, this one's easier because this one self-adjusts for thickness.
These can be used
But yeah, push down on that.
Push down.
Yeah. Yeah. See, so that grabbed that, and if you position it under the corner like I just did right there, you would get the same effect.
Yes, I could put the other one next to it, correct?
I honestly prefer this a little bit because it's higher and I'm taller.
So maybe for
But that also works just fine.
And also, if you're older with a bad back,
with a big sounds like a plan.
So then, this
Yeah, it does.
we would just
Try to
drive.
get somebody to dig them out for you.
Yeah, I mean,
The other thing you can do if you're building a lot of face
place
frames,
like a side because I want to put this and the other goes out.
also
I'll get one of my guys to dig them
if you're
out.
building a lot of face frames, it's ways to set up a
Bless
little
you.
work table
bless you.
where you have something like this attached to the table, like that, and then you have a square corner to push your pieces into, so you don't have to keep clamping and unclamping. It all depends on how many pieces you're doing, basically. But now you've got a nice strong square corner, and the pocket holes are going to go against the face of the cabinet where you never see them anyway.
Definitely. Keep those.
Right, yeah, I would glue that, yeah, absolutely. And you could even,
Yeah, well,
throw things
And-
everywhere.
you know, if you ever want to come over and we'll do
Assuming
something
this is
together,
one of your cabinets.
I'm having a coffee guy at my
So if you're, generally when you're building like kitchen cabinets, you would put the pocket holes on the outside of the cabinet because they're going to
Yeah,
be
you're
like
hearing
side
it,
to
you're
side,
hearing
they
it.
don't cover each other.
He's gonna come and do it.
That last piece.
So now you put a cover piece there anyway. You usually put a trim piece on the end anyway that's just plain. So now you pocket screw that to that. Now you've attached your face frames to your cabinets with pocket screws too. Now I wouldn't use that many, but you know, I do 3 in that span. But you can attach your face frames the same way. Make sense? The last thing, obviously I'm not going to worry about it, but you could do like miters the same way. The nice thing about this is, have you ever tried clamping a mitered frame? Yeah. So if I was to put pocket screws in there and just drive screws, I don't have to worry about clamping it. The screws do everything. And in this case, what I would do is I would use a square corner like this. I'm gonna drop everything today. Sorry, guys. So some things there is not square, but I would get that pushed into that corner and then drive the screws. That makes sense? Yep. All right. So the one thing where this starts to have a problem is if you've got big pieces. Even say a cabinet side. You know, it's a pretty good sized piece to put up here, but especially if say you're doing a pantry, you know, you've got 80-inch, 90-inch tall, long piece, big giant thing. This comes out of that and goes into this. You set the height the same way. Like that. Take this. Goes like that. And now you've got the jig attached to a clamp. And all you have to do is take your big piece. If the clamp's goes right, which it's not. Almost. The new clamps do this automatically. And now I just clamped the jig to the...
Well, here you go, guys. Here they got me. They got me going all day on the television. And here's everybody in the store.
No, I don't know. And then if you use the same one, you got to
The sales are great.
He's a customer.
Everything has gone very well. I tell you, Craig was a big seller for me today. And you know, as you know, I love Craig, but Festool was good, but Craig was really good. Matter of fact, if you notice there, they used to have about I think 8 or 10. I think they had 10 of those workstations, and now, as you can see, there's only 2. Sold a ton of them. They love them. They bought 2 at a time. So, all right, hold on a second. Let me just get this back up here on our platform. All right, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you'll enjoy the video. Again, things will be in the description below. You have any questions, you'll have my email in the description below. Please feel free to send me an email for a question or for a Mike's Woodshop sticker, which actually I have right here. Again, be safe out there, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.